What's up, everybody? We got a little bit of a rough start there. That was me. I was downloading pictures at the last second. Anyways, welcome to All Things Fantasy Grounds, the Sunday night show. Before we get started, I would like to just
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the
McClancy,
cheerbits.
Thank you, sir. I would just like to
Holy crap.
remind everybody that All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by those of us on the show are not that of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds. And tonight we'll be talking with token maker Bernardo Hasselmann from Brazil. And before we get to him, let me introduce the other hosts of tonight's show, starting with Mr. Leroon. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm very excited about the show. I've been trying to get him on the show with us. He does some really good work, so I'm looking forward.
Excellent, yes. And Lady Shell, how are you?
I am fine. I am trying to cheer. There we go.
You're no longer
Good.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the stream.
Oh,
Thanks for the
holy
I
crap.
cheer with
She
my
just did
hello.
it. She just did it.
to
70,000.
Ouch.
Wow. This is McClancy was Bit Boss for 13 seconds. And then we have with us Mr. Bernardo Hasselmann. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, and I'm very glad to be here with you.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you. And for those of you who are fans of Fury Fate, she just sent us a message and said she could not make it to the show tonight. So she had a last-minute situation, I guess. But we'll go ahead and get her rolling here. So I have some pictures I'm going to load up to look at. But Leroon, why don't you start in? Because you know Bernardo most of all, and you have some questions for him.
Yep. This is Bernardo Hasselmann, folks. He is a resident of the country of Brazil. He was out there on the interwebs, and I found him by luck. Checking out his tokens, I really thought that they were pretty unique. I contacted him and asked him if he sold them, and he said yes. And I think I found him on Facebook, if I remember right. So I have some questions for him, and if any of you guys have any questions for him, you're welcome to. He does have Patreon and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff, and we can copy and paste those and put those in the chat as the show goes on.
Oh yeah, I'll do that now actually while you're talking.
Okay. So Bernardo, how is it that you started to recognize fantasy as something you're interested in? So did you read comics or video games, or how did you get into it?
I think my first contact with it was RPGs. Uh, Actually, it was when I had
Holy Testicle
9 years old.
Tuesday!
I had a friend. He had he had an older brother, which liked to play
Holy
RPG.
Testicle
It
Tuesday!
was really starting here in Brazil. There was some D&D products that
Holy
were designed
Testicle
to introduce
Tuesday!
people to the game. But I came to those later. And this friend
Holy
teaching me how
Testicle
to
Tuesday!
play RPG and the first thing that I wanted to do was game master a game when it first game master the game.
Holy
Like to
Testicle
invent your
Tuesday!
own story and stuff. And there were many nice products here that they
Ooh.
were meant to present the campaign settings of D&D, like Dark Sun at the time, Planescape, Spelljammer, and they were books like with only illustrations, you know. And I already like loved to draw and paint as a kid, and that illustrations like they got me in love with the universe, you know, this fantasy universe and things. I think that's it.
All right, cool. So when did you know that a lot of people they get into artwork and writing and such. So did you have a moment where you said, you know what, I want to do this? Was there a time in your life where you sat down and told yourself, this is something I want to do?
Well, I think all my childhood, but
Mhm.
like uh, first I wanted to like my first dream was like drawing, be a drawing man. Like I'll be an illustrator, you know, like when I was very little, because I just like to draw. And when I started to come by to this gaming world, video games got my interests, and I thought like it, well, animations and things moving, and then and all those things. They, I used to imagine how would be a game that I would create, you know.
Cheerbits. Cheerbits in the
Things like
stream. Thanks for the
this.
cheerbits.
So you wanted
But
to build your own worlds, and you
yes,
just okay, I get it.
yeah, and I decided to be a programmer early on, like a coder, because I thought that was the best path to create those worlds. And I was a little afraid of being an artist because artists in Brazil usually are not, well, they have a rough time.
I'll bet.
Yeah, it's not easy. And but I well I got graduated in computer science, but I in the end here I am. I'm illustrating things. Yeah, characters, and it was a couple of years ago that I decided to do it, like live my old life and just study illustration and trying to like create worlds this way, you know.
All right, that's great. A lot of artists start off that way, and I'm hoping that you'll be able to be kind of financially independent, so that you won't have to worry about going to a desk job or going back to programming or something like that, and that you can continue to do your job without problems.
Well, things are going well, so I think that's going to work. That's going to happen.
Excellent.
It's already happening in some way, but it can be better, of course.
So I'm
So,
showing I'm showing the
go ahead.
on-screen images as you're talking. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering if you or Shell had any questions for him before we move on.
I'm good.
Well, I did have a question. I know we were probably going to talk about this anyway, but I guess if you're done, Leroon, I wanted to know a little bit about Bernardo does commission work. So how does that work? Do people sign up on your website, or do they email you and tell you what, like a description, or how do you work that?
Well, I don't have sites still, but yeah, people reach out to me through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, and they give me the descriptions, and I create them for them. Yeah, I'm open for commissions. Not right now, because right now I have like a lot of work,
Right.
a lot of commissions work going on. I will be probably free on next year's January.
Okay, but people can just contact you if they have ideas and ask you about it, and you'll work with them. Okay, that's excellent. Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty small. Let me blow this up. Yeah. And are all of the things that you do top down of point of view, or do you do forward as well?
Well, I do have other artwork that I create. Maybe if you go to ArtStation.
I love you, man.
Yep. I'll show that on screen right now. I'll show the ArtStation on screen.
Because yeah, for VTT, Virtual Tabletop, I just create right now.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh.
Did we lose you?
Who?
Bernardo?
No, I think he's there, isn't he? Uh-oh. Maybe we did lose him. He's still in the chat.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Back. So, yeah, this is a lot of fantastic. I see ArtStation here with all the portraits and the drawings, and oh, man, this is really great stuff.
Thanks.
So we have a question Do you have an online storefront for your token work?
Not mine. I do sell some packs on Roll20 Marketplace and on RPG Stock Art.
Okay,
So if you play on Fantasy Grounds, you probably
I'll
it's
find
going
that right
to
now.
What was the
RPG
second
Stock
one?
Art.
RPG what?
Stock art.
Stock Arts.
Oh, RPG Stock Art. Okay, let me go to that website here.
I have the basic fantasy set there. And I'm planning other 2 packs until the end of this year that I will release on both sites.
Oh, okay.
RPG Stock Art, and if you play on Roll22, there too.
Now you have a Patreon, which I think is excellent. If you guys haven't checked out his Patreon, it's totally worth it. You get all these. It's pretty cool. So you want to tell us about your tiers on your Patreon, maybe?
Oh,
So I know I have a subscription there. You have a basic, I guess, expert. Go ahead and tell us what that is like.
yeah, basic, expert, companion, master, and immortal. It's like from the D&D books, the old ones. I I stole the names.
Cool.
And from basic, you you have I create like 10 characters every month for Patreon, and with basic you have half of it, because half of them are it's the patrons that decide which is going to be the month's theme.
Oh, okay,
And
that's cool. You let them vote or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, the basic you only get half of it, and the ones that have the month's theme.
Right.
And with expert, you have all of them, like all 10 characters. The
Okay.
five themed characters and the other ones I create. And well, things start to get very good on companion because you can choose like vote for the theme. And uh, and from master and immortal you can have everything the other tiers have, but I start to give discounts for commissions. If you are interested in commissioning me, it's a good tier for you. And we have immortal, which there is no one yet on immortal, but if you want it, you can you can have one of the 5.
We lost you,
Oh yeah,
Bernardo.
we lost him again. What he was getting? One of the 5
Oh,
is.
sorry. It's
Yeah.
because my finger slipped. Sorry.
Okay.
Where I was.
You said that if you do the one of the 5 immortal packages, you'll make a character just for that person.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Very good.
And 20 discount percent.
Yeah.
Nice. So a couple
On
questions for you,
any commission.
Bernardo. Got 2 new questions for you. One is, do you do hand-drawn like graphite pencil work, like sketches and such? Hand-drawn
Uh,
pencil work.
Usually I have a sketchbook where I lay down ideas, but I don't do anything like traditionally for commissions. I haven't done actually. I'm
Uh-huh.
not that experienced with traditional media. I I use pencil and more to like lay down ideas quickly, like think about the how the overall design of the characters will be, and then I just go to Photoshop.
Nice. Let's see. The other question was, you and I had already kind of discussed this before the show. Celestian wants to know if you have any plans on supporting the animated tokens like they have on Roll20.
I do, I do. I'm studying right now how to move my way of creating characters from 2D to 3D, because it's like I experimented on animating characters on 2D, but it's very time consuming, and the end product would be like too expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
I'm studying 3D, so it's like it's easier, much easier, because you create like one animation and you can like apply this to many other characters, and
I
then you
see.
can focus more on the design of the characters. It's like it would be a so yeah. The answer to the question is yes. I want to create like animated characters. You can see this little GIF I created. It's
Mhm.
very rough, but well.
It's funny though. It's fun.
It was for a
I
campaign.
can't stop
It was
looking at
for
it.
it was for my birthday campaign. I wanted to fund a new computer. I got successful. It worked. And those little goblins. I like my goblins.
Cool.
So Bernardo's done a couple sets of tokens for me, a few now. One set he's done is for my nature birds and bees module that I've been kind of picking at. And then I also have like a winter world one that I've been picking at that he's done, all the tokens for him.
I
And I
love
have
this
him
one.
on I have him on a third one as well, but we're going to kind of take our time on that. But then he's got other commissions from other people, so I told him to, go ahead and finish those. Don't worry about mine. I still have to digest the ones you've given me. And he's pretty good pace. And if you leave him alone and let him do his thing, he gets a lot of work done. So he's pretty avid at working and getting them out.
Yeah, good. Excellent. Did we miss anybody's question in the chat, or did we get them all?
For now, I think we
Okay,
got him.
let's give away a prize. Bernardo, everyone, has graciously allowed us to give away a copy of his fantasy pack, which I put the link for, and that's the one I was just showing here. That's on RPG Stock Art. It's got 37 tokens in it, so you can see them here. And I will do a drawing for that. So let's do that. What happened? I put it here. It is right here. Let's do a raffle. We're gonna do a keyword raffle. This will be for the token pack, and let's in fact make the keyword Bernardo. How about that? Let's do that. So I will type that in the chat, start the timer, and then anybody that would like to enter to win this, go ahead and type !Bernardo in the chat, and make sure you see your name pop up here on the screen when you do that. And of course the stream's delayed, so give it 5 seconds. But yeah, make sure you spell that. Everybody seems to be spelling that correctly, so I think we're good. And do you have any more products coming forward on RPG Stock Art, Bernardo, in the future?
Yeah, I'm planning 2 other packs. One is for it's like many I it's like oh my god, words in English, they are flying away
That's
in
all
my
right.
head.
We
Sorry.
don't. Our English is our first language, and we screw it up all the time. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
The first ones like will be many characters, like that could be player characters or NPCs. Like it's like it was going to be a lot of fantasy adventures, like sorcerers, fighters, paladins, halflings. It's going to be a big mix of tokens that could be NPCs or PCs.
Oh,
And the
very
second
good.
one is going to be like denizens of the frozen lands. It's like many characters that could be like creatures from cold lands in your campaign or such things. More monsters than characters, than human characters, at least humanoids. That stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So I have a
Gorbadal, you
question
got a
for
couple
you.
seconds to get it in there. You spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, one person spelled it wrong. I don't know if he's gonna get it in there in time.
Huh.
All right, the list is complete, so I will draw a winner, and the name of that winner is Boom, Estrada. Nice. Estrada 4355. So I will have Estrada contact me with their email, and then I will make sure Bernardo gets that. So Estrada, just PM me in Discord, and if you're not on the Discord, there's the link. I'm sure you are. But yeah, just send me a private message in Discord with your email address and also a little note that said, hey, I won the thing on the show, and I'll make sure Bernardo gifts you that. For the rest of you that would like to purchase it, I'll put the link again in the chat, and it's $4.99, and you can use PayPal if you have that to grab this, and then bookmark it for when Bernardo puts out his future stuff. You'll be able to go get it. So there you go. Boom. That's how we do it.
Nice.
And if you guys want more packs that that are not available, the best way to do that right now is to go on the Patreon and subscribe
absolutely.
there. That's the best way. That pack there is one of his first ones. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And then real quick before I forget, let's show this video clip. I think it's just like a minute
or
two. And
yeah.
this shows some of the packs being used in Fantasy Grounds. So let me
cheer bits in the stream. Thanks for the cheer bits.
find that. Didn't I download it? I thought I downloaded it. Let's just find out if I did download it.
Thanks, Estrada.
I just played it. I don't think I downloaded. Okay, I'll go back and play it here. All right, so let's watch this here.
All right.
Oh, I did download it. Okay, duh. It's in downloads. I don't know why I couldn't see it. It should be the most recently one.
Thanks again.
Should be the most recent one downloaded, but apparently I don't know how to do anything, so I'm going to just do it again because that's how fast it is.
So while Rob's doing that, question for you, Bernardo. What is your favorite single token? Diablo Bob wanted to know.
My favorite single token, that's a good question. I have so many favorite ones. The single one I like. I think the one that I remember is one I created for a Brazilian customer. He's also a patron, actually. It's in my Instagram. I think it's the first one that I tried some special effects on it. And he has it's like a knight, and he has a glowing sword with magic. And I really like how it turns out. I think that's the one. I don't remember right now the name of the character.
Okay. So I made a little short video of Bernardo's tokens.
Yeah, so let's take a look at it.
Yep. Go ahead and hit play. So those photos kind of correspond with the tokens on the bottom left. They're null. And then they're on the right-hand side here.
Remember, you're watching delayed.
Yep.
You watch it in the Discord and you'd be up to date, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Now wait a minute, how did that water thing get in there? What the hell was that? What is that water effect? How did you do that?
That's just an animation effect with rain. It's part of the Microsoft Basic studio video studio art
did
thing.
not give you a preview of Unity.
Yeah, thank God. So you can do that with Fantasy Grounds? You can put the rain in there?
No, that's from Microsoft Video Studio. That has nothing to do with Fantasy
Oh, so
Grounds.
you're just misleading people by making them think that you can show this rain effect in Fantasy Grounds, which you cannot.
I was really trying to show the tokens and not misleading
but
people.
I mean, all of a sudden, my question is, hey, how do I do this in my game? Which you can't do that.
No, that is actually a photo after the fact, and then I just gave it the illusion that it's moving.
All right,
and then I put a bubble effect over it.
No, nobody panic. Rovas, yeah, I was fooled. Let's watch. I want to watch that. That was 40 seconds. I want to watch it again because it's just cool.
Now that I remember, you asked me my favorite single token, but now I remember one that I really love. It's the Ogre Siege Tower. I really love
Oh yeah, me
The
too.
Ogre Siege Tower, yeah.
I love that one. That one is also one that I love because you can like mount a lot of goblins over it.
Yeah, Marvison said, it is like all those kids' toy commercials.
Yeah. So just to be clear, to anybody watching this on YouTube later, this is not a sales tool for Fantasy Grounds. This is
No.
Bernardo's work, but you can't do all those fantastic things in Fantasy Grounds while you're playing unless you play the game, and then after the game, you go to Microsoft Studios or whatever that was and add it all to the video.
Yep.
That looked pretty cool. That was a good video there, and I like that.
Thank you.
All right. So, anybody else have any questions in the chat? Feel free to type them before we let Bernardo be on his way back to his life so he can get to more draw. He's got a backlog till January, everybody. He's got to draw some stuff.
Yep. He's also up at 11 and 12 o'clock at night in Brazil, so it's pretty late there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody else? Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I really like your work, Bernardo, and I'm hoping that the rest of the community recognizes the value that you're giving. Normally, what's your price structure like for your commissions when you do have time?
I charge $10 for character
Mhm.
if you want to use them like only on your games. Like I do have other prices for if you want to create your own game with it and have all the rights over it, you know. But if you just want to have a token for your game, like for your character, and use like for personal use, it's $10 for a token. And I do give discounts if there is a really big bunch of tokens you need, you know.
Yeah. That's
Um,
awesome. That's pretty cheap.
Good question.
Yeah, Strata wants to know if you will ever make past patron months available for purchases.
Yeah. The one way of doing this is like creating packs with those tokens, those past tokens. But another way that I'm try to invest next year is I'm going to create maybe a website so you can have like access to all tokens, each one, and maybe buy them individually for a little price. But this is going to be take a little time. But so I also there were some months that I like said if you join now, you're going to have like uh, all this month's tokens and another month's tokens, for example. I might do this more frequently, you know,
Cool.
like maybe revisiting some theme, and I don't know, maybe if there is they vote again for demons and devils, I'm going to resend those I already created this year, for example, something like that. But yeah,
Nice.
I want to get them available for everyone.
Excellent.
So we are working towards, or at least we were thinking about working towards getting his tokens on the Fantasy Grounds, but that might be something in the future. So it's something that may not be good timing right now because of the Unity stuff, and we're going to get his portfolio up and running. So you'll be in good shape, next year sometime.
So Tom Knapp is looking at our screen, and he said he bookmarked the February 2nd episode, and I'm like, what is he talking about? So everything below, just so you guys know, everything below Doug Davison it's just a placeholder. Those dates aren't scheduled. The only scheduled ones for sure are the ones that are highlighted in this color. So like, for example, next week we plan on doing the portrait show, but we won't know till Tuesday. and we might have to move that and replace it. So what would happen is I would move this show down here, and then I would take, you know, one of these ideas down here and slide it up like that. But so these down here are only ideas. So thank you, Tom Nat, but don't get excited. Doug Davison's for sure, and the Ebron and Rick and Morty shows for sure. But those are the only two for sure beyond today. So just so everybody knows. And we do want to get this show going, but that has to be planned out, and we have to get the right personnel to how to get started in XML and or Lua for FG. We got to get the right people in here for that.
Yep.
All right, well, good. Any more questions in the chat, guys? And don't forget, you can ask questions to Bernardo, but you can also ask any questions about Fantasy Grounds in case anybody... We got a lot of people here tonight, more than we usually do, I think, and if anybody has questions about Fantasy Grounds in particular, we're also here to help you with that. Before we let you go, Bernardo, is there anything that you would like to say to the audience? Any particular thing we forgot to talk about, or any type of information you'd like to impart? You're free to say anything you'd like.
Okay. First of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone that got inspired or liked my work or just being there. There is something that could be nice. I do have some tokens that are free, and I have a link for it. Let me show.
Yes.
I think I put it on Discord. It's like the last message.
The Google Drive one. Okay, yeah, I'll copy that.
Yeah. Because those are tokens that I created for promotional means. You know, they are like Elminster, Drizzt, and other characters that are like, you know, I wouldn't sell them, you know.
Right.
I just created them for fun, and you can have it if you want to.
So there you go.
Add them on your campaign.
If you go to that link, you'll see this screen, which is the Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms, Miscellaneous, and Portraits, that he has some example tokens you guys can grab if you'd like to do that. Dragonlance is my favorite setting. I like it.
I like it too. Another thing that I could say is that you can commission me for tokens, but you can commission me for other things too, like portraits or other fantasy arts. You can have like a look at my art station and see if you like anything.
Excellent. Well, any final words from Lady Shell or Leroon?
I think I'm pretty good. I was glad to have you here, Bernardo. I'm glad you're able to make it and stay up with.
Yes, and one more time, I'll put his social media links in the chat for people that might have come late and they want to follow Bernardo on Instagram or his Facebook. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to copy all these links and put them in there. Does this work if I do this? I could have just did this before. And you're getting, I don't know if you're looking at the Twitch chat, Bernardo, but you are getting some great comments. Our Musman says he's, as a hobby artist, he's very inspired by this. And
I saw it, and I'm very glad.
Yeah, Jer Bear, great art. So yeah, we'd like to thank you a lot for dropping by. It's very nice to get someone of your art caliber to come by the show and let people know. You know, hopefully there'll be some people here who didn't even know that you existed, and now they'll know that you're there and come seek out your portrait and your token art. So that's fantastic.
I'm honored to be here too. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. Well, that'll wrap it up for today. We'll be here next Sunday, maybe with portals, but maybe not. But I'll tweet out during the week what's going to happen, so you'll know. And thanks everybody for watching, and thanks to Lady Shell and what's your name, Leroon, for hosting with me, and especially thanks to you, Bernardo, for coming by the show and playing with us. And until next time, everybody, good gaming, everyone. All right.